Hey guys, welcome back to the farm here. We're out pasture here. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about our plans here for the pasture. Um, so right now there's where the cows and the goats are in is probably I would say 3.5, 4 acres. Um, and it's well, it's a little small. um, on a normal year, I actually would cut a small portion of this just to get rid of some of the older stuff. Um, and then I'd actually fence it off and graze them onto the new grass coming up. Um, well, next to the cow pasture, we have the steer pasture, um, which maybe this would be a better angle. Behind me, we got the steer pasture, um, and so the plan is to make a small area right in here for the steers that they can come out. And the sun's blinding me. I guess I got to turn around. That's going to blind me in the eyes though. Make a small area there for the steers to come out. Um, that they can be outside and on the dirt. Helps keep the yard a little bit cleaner. Um, but the steers really don't need that big of an area, and and so my plan is to we'll take over that area. That's another maybe 2 acres, probably not quite. Um, and take that over and utilize that too. I'll probably keep it closed off for the first part and maybe rotate them a little bit. Um, my other thoughts are, and either I'd plant it in that pasture or put a small plot out in the main pasture here of like a cover crop, like say peas and oats or barley and peas or something to that effect. Um, and having a small paddock of cover crop. Um, I know the back end of the main pasture here really didn't perform too well, and I don't know if it was just overgrazed or what. It just didn't seem like it grew up there, and I don't know if they come through right away and clipped it off. They ate it. That was better stuff or what, but right now there's not much left of this pasture. And I'm actually feeding hay here. We got this hay wagon starting to feed hay a little bit. Um, so yeah, that's kind of my thinking. We're gonna for sure take this pasture over. Uh, Whether I plant something in there or if we just let it grow and see what comes up. Uh, there was a lot of weeds that grew up in it because we had the steers locked up for quite a while there for a while, and it actually grew up, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna take that pasture over, and then Dad had let his steers out on me, and they ended up eating it off, which is okay too, but um, you either feed them or feed these guys, and I think these beef cows will utilize the grass more than the steers will. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan here. Um, I really do like grazing cover crops. I did a little bit last year. Our wheat field was actually right on the other side of the fence here. We put our peas and barley in after the wheat, and I got about a week or so of grazing off of that, and then well, we had a pretty good frost, and then I was a little nervous because you get those small grains, you get a frost in them, it'll actually let's see what it is. I think it's the nitrate levels. I could be wrong. I should know that. It's kind of slipping my mind right now. But some level in the crop exceeds a level for feed. Um, Basically, if they were to eat that after that point, there could be you could have issues with death and poisoning and all that. So, but I really did love how it worked that week and a half that they did graze on there. So I really was happy with that. So I'd probably do is I'd probably graze a certain area off, and then come in and plant that, and then like August or sometime in there, because really the pasture holds out until about usually it's about the end of August, and then we really start to lack in the pasture area. Um, and so if I could have something available then to get us a little bit farther, another, so far that we could get to, at least the 1st of October, that would be good. We have a hay strip directly across the road from here, right next to the goat pasture there, that our plan is to have it one more year and then get rid of it. Well, I'm kind of tossing the idea of probably taking about 3 crops off of that, and then depending on what it looks like, I might graze that off for the fourth crop, graze that off, and then we would then kill it off. We'd probably put corn there or some whatever Dad decides to put there, um, but yeah, I either graze it or grass chop it. I don't have much faith in our grass chopper anymore, so I don't really want to do that, and that becomes kind of a pain after a while. Moving fence is pretty easy once you have it set up, but um, but yeah, so next year we'll have to do some fencing at some point, probably early on if we can make it happen. It shouldn't be too bad. Really, I just got a fence in around the steers, and I don't know if we're probably gonna make it good, like a 5 wire or something like that. Um, just you know, make them a pretty decent sized area there that they can get out, and then um, have the rest of the cows and the goats can go after. I think this fence might need a little bit of work done to it, just to get it up to spec for the goats. The goats are pretty lenient when it comes to fencing. If they get a shock from it, they pretty much stay away from it. But all right, well, I actually filmed a mowing video today, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna try and get this out tonight as soon as I can. So please like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you next time.